Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to me, to my channel. For those of you who may not know, it's been about 2 years since I've posted anything on here. I've gone through a lot of personal stuff. A lot of things have changed in my life, and unfortunately I had to stop making videos. I put this on the back burner. I was burnt out at work. I was just overwhelmed, and I had stressed myself out by committing to doing a video a week. It just wasn't doable at the time, especially where I was mentally. But I feel like I'm in a place now where I can get back to making videos. I honestly miss my channel. I miss making videos. I miss talking about scary movies. So I want to keep doing that, but I didn't want to just post a video like nothing had happened. I wanted to give a little bit of an explanation of what's gone on the last 2 years. Not sure how many people care, but I want to do it, and I figured the best way to do that is to do just a fun Halloween makeup while I kind of tell you guys a story. And I'm going to be doing a fun half pumpkin Halloween look. This is something I did for a photo shoot I did about 2 years ago. I just made this look up. I based it off of this headband that I'm fortunate enough to be able to squeeze myself into, and a black and orange lollipop that I had for the photo shoot, and I just kind of made this makeup look around that. But it's still really fun. It's relatively easy to do, and I thought it'd be the perfect thing to do. It's October right now. You guys might need some ideas for something to do on Halloween. So I'm gonna basically walk you guys through how I did it, along with telling you why I've been gone for so long. So like I said, this is a half pumpkin look. So I'm gonna kind of do half of my face, and then I'm gonna do a beauty makeup on the other side. So right now this is my face raw. I don't wanna hear any comments about how textured it looks, okay? This is just, it is what it is. I've got my Mehron makeup palette here. It's one of my favorite brands. This and Ben Nye are two really good makeup brands if you're looking to do something a little bit more high quality than something you would just get at Party City. And I just wet my makeup brush because the colors are compact, they're pretty dry, they don't really come off unless the brush is wet. And like I said, I'm doing a half look, so I'm gonna go ahead and start by just drawing that half mark and basically sectioning off my face. I'm gonna keep the left side of my face for the beauty look because my left side's my good side. So I wanna make that one look nice, and I'll make the right side of my face the pumpkin. And I'm not gonna do a straight division down. I'm gonna kind of do almost little slashes and gashes. That way it's not super even. And I do want the tip of my nose and my mouth to be part of the pumpkin look because I'm going to kind of make it look jack-o'-lantern-like. So I'm going to go ahead and at least cover, so this part will be the beauty makeup. And I am going to go all the way down onto my neck. This look kind of goes down onto the collarbone. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark that there. Doesn't really matter right now that it's not super dark or even because this is just giving us our outline. All right, so pumpkin, pretty. And the next thing I'm gonna do is just basically draw the stencils for my jack-o'-lantern eye, where my nose is gonna be, and I am gonna do lines because pumpkins have lines. So I'm gonna go ahead and outline all that in the black, and then I'm gonna color it in with orange. But while I'm doing that, I'll kind of start my story of what's been going on. The summer of 2021, I had quite literally a mental breakdown. And I don't mean that in the trendy, oh my God, I'm having a breakdown. I had to go home back to West Virginia for a week. I was so just not okay. I ended up kind of coming to a lot of realizations, not only in my personal work life, but also my love life. I ended up leaving my relationship that I'd been in for almost 7 years at that point. I quit my salaried office job and kind of just started over. I just was unhappy with my life, what I had chosen to do, and I can only really blame myself for a lot of it. I should have said something a lot sooner. I'd been unhappy for a long time, but it is what it is. Can't really dwell on that. And without going into a ton of detail and possibly boring you guys, I just really had to just stop everything I was doing. I have my degree in graphic design, which is what I was doing, and I was just very unhappy with it. That was part of the reason I was getting burnt out on doing videos, because I would spend 8 hours a day on the computer at work and then come home and just work on editing videos. I was I had constant headaches. I was getting migraines because I was staring at screens for so long. I was unhappy at work. I was unhappy at home. And honestly, like, making videos did make me happy, but it wasn't sustainable, and I became really depressed once all of the things I was going through came to light. I had come to the realization that I wasn't actually ready to move to California when I did. I severely missed my family. I'm very close with my family. I had the unfortunate discovery that I was so depressed, it was affecting me in ways I didn't even realize. To the point where probably the first 2 years I lived in California, I don't remember. I was so unbelievably unhappy that I was just going through the motions, and if it wasn't for photos, I wouldn't remember what I did. And like, since then, there's been times where I'll be somewhere and it takes me a good like few hours to realize I've actually been here before, but I was so in this fog of depression that I literally don't remember. Which, that's kind of a crazy thing to realize about yourself, that there's parts of your life you don't remember because you were so sad. But that was just all the more reason to get out of the situation that I was in. And at least once I came to the realization that I was unhappy, it made it easier for me to realize what I needed to become happy, which is why, I left my job, left my relationship, and I actually changed careers. I went back to working at the gym. I've been a certified personal trainer since 2018, and I just kept my certification renewed every year, just in case, and I'm glad I did, because I needed that just in case. And since then, I've been working at the gym for 2 years, and I'm much happier. I've found myself in a new relationship that gives me things I didn't realize I needed or wanted, so that's super awesome. I'm still in California, and I'm hoping that changes. I really don't want to be in California for another 5 years. I want to move back to the East Coast, and just get back to being closer to my family. I hate being a plane ride away. I've gone through a lot of loss being so far away, and it's really hard to miss out on the things that are kind of once in a lifetime with your family, and I will never take that for granted again. But one thing I've definitely learned is your happiness has to come first. Even if you're in a relationship, there are times where you have to compromise and do things that maybe you don't want to do. But if your like gut reaction to something is negative, listen to your gut. I really wish I would have listened to my gut 5 years ago before I moved out here. But I also wouldn't have had the opportunities that I've had out in California. There's so much like to do out here, and so many people that I've met that I've absolutely fallen in love with. And I'm very grateful for the people I've met and the opportunities I've had. But it's definitely one of those like grass is always greener situations where I think, like, what would my life be like if I had stood up for myself at the beginning and not moved out here. But as much as I want to, you can't really dwell on the past, and it's no use in being upset with myself about it. I made the best decision I could make at the time, and I'm proud of myself for as far as I've come and for the things I've gotten to do, so there's that at least. Okay, so I'm looking kind of like a weird clown right now, but I have my nose, my eye, where my mouth is going to be. I'm going to do kind of like little, not like stitches, but just little lines, and then all of the pumpkin lines themselves. So now I'm going to color myself in with orange. This is the part that takes the longest. I will say though, I am happily surprised with the amount of people who have still chosen to watch my videos and then subscribe to my channel, even though it's been 2 years since I've posted. So to any new subscribers watching, thank you and welcome. This is me, hello. Hopefully I will be doing this a lot more often now. I have video ideas. I never stopped thinking about it. It just was not something I could do at the time, unfortunately. After I moved out of the place with my ex, I moved into a house that was best case scenario. It was a few of my friends that I had known for a while. Their roommate moved out. It was like perfect timing. But the unfortunate thing about living in a house with 4 people, you don't get a lot of privacy. I had my own room and everything, but it was hard to shoot videos. I felt kind of embarrassed to do it. The house wasn't very soundproof. So if anyone was home, they would hear me talking, and not that they wouldn't, support me to do this. It just wasn't what I wanted to do in that house. And I was also working crazy hours at the gym, just basically trying to get My personal training business started, being available for clients. And I also worked about 30 minutes from where I was living. While that might not seem that big of a deal to people outside of California, because there's constantly traffic, even if I had, a 4-hour break in my day in between clients, it just wasn't like feasible to drive home and then back, because while it might be 30 minutes to get back to my house, it was easily over an hour to get back to the gym. So I was spending 6 a.m. to like 8 p.m. in the gym, and then by the time I got home, the last thing I wanted to do would be editing a video. So my first few months after everything, like I was just really focused on working and trying to start my life over, basically. Now, typically I would color in my ear. I don't feel like doing that today, to be honest. I have to go back to work later today, so I need to be able to wash all of this off. So I'm probably gonna stop, not gonna go past this line here. But this looks kind of like a little mixture of, it's like given Pumpkinhead and Trick or Treat combined. Like little Sam from Trick or Treat, who's the most adorable horror movie character ever. And like I said, I still have a lot of video ideas. I actually have one already written out that I'm going to probably do after this one. I'm just not sure if I'm going to continue to do a video a week. Like I said, that was a lot of pressure on myself. And I mean, not that I'm a great YouTuber or anything. I'm sure no one was holding their breath on Fridays waiting for my videos. I just really do this because I enjoy it. I like horror movies. I like the art behind them. I like talking about them. And that's why I wanted to do this in the beginning. So I'm just gonna kind of stick with that mentality. So I'm not going to commit myself to having to do a video a week. I'm gonna try to post like 3-4 times a month, as it's feasible, as life allows. But I'm not gonna stress if I miss a week. And I hope you guys can be understanding of that too. I mean, like I said, I gained like almost 50 plus followers without posting anything for 2 years. How many of them actually are going to watch my videos and stay? I don't know. But it at least shows that people were still coming to my channel. So I'm hoping that means that I can still make some people happy and that people are going to watch this video once it releases. But the cool thing about this look is because the makeup itself is so intense, you don't necessarily have to have a costume that like 100% matches. You could wear, just like a black or orange dress, something like that. I mean, this literally is a headband. That's why it looks very stretched out and it's like rolled. But it's just what I had at the time for the photo shoot. And I was like, I'm just gonna figure something out that goes with this. And then I had like a really big swirly lollipop that was not the same as the one in Trick or Treat, but kind of gave that same vibe. Would this be faster with a bigger brush? The answer is yes. Do I care enough to get another brush? The answer is no. But like I was saying, there are a lot of fun things to do out here in California and a lot of opportunities that I've had that I know I would not have had if I didn't move out here. One of those actually being something I did 2 weeks ago. My old roommate / best friend, she's actually a makeup artist. She went to school for it. And she does a lot of work with like theater groups and stuff like that. And she had gotten involved with a theater group out here called Stage Fright Theater Company. Shout out Candy and Aaron. And they do basically a monster variety show at different conventions. It's called the Cobb's Carnival of Dreams, with the 3 Cobbs who are the hosts. And then there's usually 4 monster performances. It's almost always a completely different show because they always get different acts. And my friend Kelsey has been working with them for a few years now. She just helps out with makeups whenever they need it. And last year they were doing HorrorCon LA, which is a 2-day convention that happens usually the beginning of October at the Los Angeles Convention Center. Last year they needed extra set of hands for makeup, and Kelsey invited me to go along. So I got to help out and then check out the convention after, which was super awesome. And then this year, not only did we come back to do makeups, we also did a performance with the theater group. We got to be tumbling skeletons. Kelsey is also a gymnast, and I'm like kind of strong working at the gym. So we basically played on those strengths, and we did a couple of like cool flip tricks. We did some handstand tricks. dressed up as skeletons. And I'll actually link the YouTube video down below where you can see the entire performance and you can see our tumbling skeleton act. But that was super fun. So not only did I get to do the makeup for some of the other monsters, I did a ghost makeup, and then Kelsey did a Frankenstein look, and then we just did a really simple skeleton makeup on ourselves because we were, sweating and moving around a lot, so we didn't want to be completely decked out. But it's those moments that make me really appreciate everything I've gone through, because without that, if I had just given up when I had my little breakdown and moved back home, I wouldn't have had that opportunity. We're almost done covering myself in orange. And once I get all of this on here, I'll go through and I'll touch up the patchy places. And I do want suggestions on videos or things, topics you guys would want me to cover. I still have a lot of ideas. I have a little notebook. I have a little notebook that I have been writing down my ideas, taking notes on things. So I still have video ideas. I'm not too concerned, but if there are specific things you would want to see me talk about, let me know. We're gonna call that good enough. I'm pretty much covered other than that little part there. I don't want to do my ear though. So now I'm just gonna go through one more time, touch up on the orange, try to cover a little bit of the patchy places, and then we'll switch over to the black. That's kind of the nice thing about this look, is it's not very complicated. You don't have to know what you're doing to do it decently. And you don't have to worry too much about the edges around the black being perfect, because we're gonna go over that again. And you wanna do the black after you've done the orange, because it does blend and mix together quite easily, and it can make the orange start to look very muddy. And the cool thing about this look is it's always going to be a little bit different every time you do it. It doesn't have to look exactly the same. My line's always in a different spot. It's always a little bit different how I do the lips. The first time I did this, I made it come more over my mouth, and I had the smile on both, the jack-o'-lantern smile on both sides. But I think today I'm just going to do the half there and then kind of just let this side be as beautiful as it needs to be. All right, I think I'm going to call that good on the orange. Definitely this part of my face is a lot darker than down on the neck, but you know what? It is what it is. We're just going to call it a happy accident. So now I'm going to go in with the black and start coloring in all of those dark areas. And this is our chance to hide mistakes we've made with the orange. And if you really want to get super into this, you can even glue down your eyebrow, so that way you don't have that mixing in with the black and the orange. Getting dangerously close to the eyeball there. I'm gonna take a second because I stabbed myself. All right, we're getting somewhere. It's looking pumpkin-y. And now I'm gonna start kind of darkening these lines down through here. I'm gonna make them kind of thick, a little bit thicker than what they are, but I also don't want them to be a solid line, so I'm not going to really wet my brush too much. I'm just gonna let it sort of run out of the black and then use that to make the lines look just a little bit more faded. And if you have moments like that where you go outside of where you want to, don't worry about it at the moment. Wait until you're done with all of the black, and then just clean your brush really well and go back over it with the orange. You can tell the difference where that's where my brush was wet, and then versus the dry lines. It's just a way darker look, which isn't a bad thing, but I don't want a very stark contrast between the black and the orange. I want it to be more faded. That's not a straight line at all, but whatever. Boom. All right. Lines are made, definitely coming together with the pumpkin look now. So now what I'm gonna do is go along my collarbone, basically just kind of redefine that line. I'm gonna add some cracks to make it look like it's spreading down my chest. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of smile with some stitches in there just to make it look creepy. I'm gonna make this line a little bit thicker. But this would be cool too if you had some type of top that would meet your collar line like this, because then it can almost look like the rest of you is pumpkin, paint your hands orange or get orange gloves, and it's oh my god, I'm a whole pumpkin. Might even be better, honestly, to do this part with eyeliner with a little bit more of a pointed tip to it, so you can get a little bit more accuracy that way, and it looks a little bit neater. Yeah, that is way more what I want than this and all that, but whatever. I Yeah. You gonna whine about it? That's not helpful at all right now. And now there's cat hair in my makeup palette. I love that for me. But this kind of gives it a little bit of a look of like it's growing and spreading on your face. Now I'm just gonna add almost like little scarecrow lines. And I'm not doing them all the same direction. I'm kind of like switching my brush angle. And we're gonna go darken this up. Went a little bit high on the line there, but that's okay. All right, I think we can call it on the pumpkin side. It's not honestly my best that I've done, but it's still super fun and cool, and people will be like, oh my god, it looks so amazing when you wear it out. So now I'm gonna do the other side of my face. Like I said, I'm just gonna do like a beauty makeup on that side to really contrast the creepiness on this side. And I guess it's up to you really if you wanna do your beauty side first, because you can always do the beauty side and then paint over that. It's kind of hard to do it opposites, but I want to do the pumpkin side first. It's more fun. And I'm not gonna go like too crazy on the beauty side. I'm not very good at doing like extravagant eyeshadow and shit, so I'm not too worried if it's not like crazy, you know, concept. If you are someone who actually knows what they're doing with eyeshadow, this would be a great time to do something like super cool on the other side. But we're just going to make my face not look so red and gross. Because this is going to be the part of the video where I stop giving you advice on makeup, because I'm honestly way better at this type of shit than I am actually looking nice. I do like model as a hobby, so I have had to get better at doing my makeup, which I think I have. It's still just, I'm not great at eyeshadow. And you would think, being an art kid, like I grew up painting all the time. This is just painting your face. But it's a whole different medium, you know? But definitely the beauty side is what's gonna take me like the shortest amount of time to do. I mean, it helps that it's just half of my face, which honestly makes the eyeshadow better because you don't have to try to match it on both sides. I'm not even sure what I really want to do for the eyeshadow on this side. I don't want to do orange. I think I'll just do like some browns, like a nice half-assed smoky eye. We're just gonna Pablo Picasso our face. People are gonna be so amazed with the other side that they're not even gonna look at the beauty side. They're gonna be disappointed I didn't do a full pumpkin. It's giving, I got punched in the face a couple days ago, but that's fine. Bring it in more. Why am I using my left hand? That's a stupid idea. All right, I'm gonna stop messing with it. Again, this is just for a video. It doesn't matter. I'm not going on a date or anything. Which, like, could you imagine showing up to your date like this? But I think I'm gonna leave the eye at that. Just some brown, a little bit of like goldy glitter. It's kind of in theme a little bit, like the color palette matches without being too different. Get some highlight on there. I'm also very bad at doing eyeliner on myself. I don't know what shape of eyeliner works for me. I love the like big pointed, like thick line and then points to the end. Again, can never get that to look decent. So I don't think I'm gonna do any eyeliner right now, but I am gonna put on a fake lash just on this left eye to really, ugh. I love it when the glue comes out yellow, and I'm gonna put that on my eye. Honestly, half the time, this is so bad, it's like so in my vision. I will typically do at least like black eyeliner on my upper lid, especially if it's for a photo shoot, because it covers up how badly I attach the eyelash. I'm not a makeup girly, okay? Honestly, I didn't start actually doing like a full freaking face of makeup until I started doing photo shoots. And I have mad respect for the girls that do this every day. I'm gonna get the tip to stay on. Oh no, I glued my bottom lashes. Alright, we're gonna go with it. Since I fucked up and glued it not in the center of my eye, I think I will put a little bit of liner at least to finish that part of the upper lid. So it's at least not such a harsh transition from eyelid to eyelash. I think I glued a little bit of my eyelids together, but it's fine. It's fine, we're having a great time. A little bit of mascara, cover up the tragedy of what we've done. Definitely got mascara under my eye. This eyelash is 100% in my vision. It's fine. Typically I would take like a Q-tip and wet it with some makeup remover and just run it under my eye, but this isn't a typical makeup look. Okay, so other than the fact that the beauty part is kind of subpar, I think we could say we're done with the look. Is it the best half pumpkin look I've done? I don't think so, but I really just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys and make a video that wasn't just jumping right back into usual content without explaining where I've been and what's been going on. But this is also just, again, a really fun, sort of simple look. You don't even have to get like a professional makeup palette like this one. You can just go get those easy like cream makeups you get at Party City or Walmart, Target, any place during Halloween, and do this look. Do the pumpkin look. You just need the black and the orange. And then if you have, you know, the makeup here, which, ooh, actually, hang on. There we go. That adds a little bit more creepiness to the pumpkin look, which I just threw this on over my real contact, so it's probably shifting and looking really funky right now. But a red contact definitely makes this a little bit more fun and creepy looking. So yeah, that is my little half pumpkin makeup look for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for coming back. Thank you to everyone who subscribed while I was gone. I'm very excited to make videos again, and I'm very excited to start posting. Oh no, I'm crying. Oh no. Oh no. I'm just a very sad pumpkin. It's just so emotional. But as I said, I'm not sure exactly how often I'm going to be uploading. I don't want to commit myself to something and kind of burn out again. But I definitely will be posting more often. I'm hoping to get another video up in October. And yeah, I just want to say thank you again to everyone who's waited so long for me to post, and I really am excited to be back on this channel. I'll put it down in the description below, but I also have an Instagram of the same name, What a Horror, and I will be posting pictures of this look on there for you guys to see, so go give that a follow. Thank you again. I hope to see you guys back here for the next video. Until next time, stay spooky.